Hello and welcome to the Empire State Trail Weekly Update. A look at the latest news from across the Erie Canalway and the Empire State Trail. And this is the update for May 31st to June 6th, 2026. My goodness, where did May go? We're looking at Fairport here. And nice to see boats in the canal. Camelot has a center attraction here. I hope the people in the Camelot know that they're being watched closely. Colonial Bell sitting across the way there. So nice to see some activity on the canal. So let's move on to trail closures. So I did not see anything new listed here. They are still showing this one here for Rome around E21. I don't think that's still an active closure. The lock should be open by now. I have not personally verified that, but I'm just thinking that was a winter maintenance program. And then there's nothing for the Champlain Valley. So let's take a look at the Cycle the Canalway Trail map here from our friends at PTNY. Of course, we still have that ongoing closure in Buffalo, LaSalle Park or the Wilson Park there. We have that trail closure in Rochester, western Rochester, in the Gates area. The caution passing under I-490 there. Look out for falling debris. The flagman is on hand. They got the ongoing closure there at the Aqueduct in Durhamville. They have removed the notice for the E21. So apparently they've updated this one. There is some issue going through Utica. I did see a posting on Facebook asking if there was if anybody had looked into a detour. Parks and Trails has not posted a detour yet that I see. And then looking further down the trail towards Albany, I don't see anything else listed. I did go over to the New York State Bike Routes viewer, and I don't know if I missed this before when I was looking at I was talking about the New York State bike routes that are the old network, pre-Empire State Trail and pre-Canalway Trail. But they have the interactive legend here. If you click on the layers, you can actually bring up Empire State Trail features, which I don't know if I just missed this before, if this is a new layer that they've added. But anyhow, I was looking to see if where Bike Route 5 was in Utica, because somebody had asked a question, what's the detour? And of course, you could just hop on Route 5, which is a designated bike path. It's a busy road, but it's the designated bike route. But they are showing a detour here, so I thought that was interesting. They're showing they don't show a closure here, but they're showing a detour. So I'm going to have to keep an eye on this, and they're also showing this detour here. So this is a neat feature. If you have not looked at this, you can click on different things. You can see traffic volumes if you want to click on it, and you can see how busy the roadway is by traffic counts. If you're running along the road and you see those little rubber strips in the road and they pop when you drive over them, they're taking a traffic count. So they use that to determine how many cars a day go by here, and then it tells you how busy the road is, obviously. So if you're really concerned, or if you're out looking for a road to ride, you can, if you're really concerned about riding along that and you want to know how many cars are going that way, you can click that on. So I thought that was cool. They also have posted speed limits and other things here. So this is a neat addition. Have to keep more of an eye on this going in the future here. But anyway, the whole point was they do list a detour through Utica, which is odd because, again, Bike Route 5 is right there. Maybe it's just not as accessible. Get people into Utica, maybe. That's the idea. Who knows? But there you go. The New York Bike Routes Viewer. So in other news, on June 9th, Parks and Trails New York was going to release their Empire State Trail Economic Impact Study. Last year, they did a big survey. They asked people to, take a survey online. They're doing traffic counts, really looking into what the impact of the Empire State Trail, the Canalway Trail, has on New York State. So it's going to be interesting. They had an old study that people went on, and they estimated that people who are cycling spend $100 a day between camping and buying food and restaurants and hotels and whatnot. So it's going to be interesting to see what the update is on that. So I don't see an actual news release for that. I'm sure that's going to be coming up here, but on their blog site here, I do not see a notice about that. So keep an eye out for that around June 9th. But while I'm here, this is a very interesting article. I highlighted this before by Erica Snyder, a real interesting read about the old Cinder Pass, Side Pass they used to call them. And then I see the Southern Tier Trail has got some news here. Reported on that a month or so ago about the extension of the Southern Tier Trail. So that's exciting. So this is a nice little blog site if you're looking for trail news. And this is trail adjacent. A lot of people, you see them in the comments asking, why isn't there an app for the Empire State Trail or for the Erie Canalway Trail? And a lot of it has to do with ownership and how many people own it, and one app covering the whole thing. So when this popped up, the new Adirondack Rail Trail app has been launched. Of course, the Adirondack Rail Trail is only 34 miles long, so it's a lot easier to build an app for that. But if you want to get an idea of how the app works or whatever, and maybe I'll give some app designer out there some ideas, what needs to be included, I just thought I'd throw this in here. And then our new canal director, Ben Walsh, was interviewed by Campbell Conversations, and he's had 6 months now working on the canals as canal director. So if you want to listen to that interview, it's on the WRVO website here, Campbell Conversations. And, he mentions that the canal is a linear park and the trails are part of the canal system. So it's nice to see him, acknowledging this and putting an emphasis on this. So you can go take a listen to that. These are 30-minute conversations. Very, very well done. So let's take a look at the calendar. Here we are on the last day of May. Next weekend is the Fairport Canal Days, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. So expect some traffic congestion along the trail in Fairport. On the 6th, the Seneca Chief will leave Waterford and start heading west back towards Buffalo. And they're starting to publicize this, so it's the schedule's out there, but here's my interpretation of the schedule, blocked out. So they're spending 2 days. They're doing a lot of classroom work, really the emphasis on bringing school kids in, and so they're spending 2 days in every port heading across. And then what else we got going? Chettanango Landing, Boat and Float is going to have some congestion. That's on the 13th. So you'll expect to see some congestion along the trail that day. And that's really about it until we get into July, and then start getting into 4th of July events. So that's it for the calendar. So that's it. Pretty light news week. Things are up and running. So all the planning has been over and things are happening. And that's it for this Empire State Trail Weekly. Please note that this is an independent weekly update and is not affiliated with New York State, the Canal Corporation, or any official trail agency. And information is based on publicly available sources and rider reports. And remember to give this a like and subscribe if you found it useful. And we will see you next week.